Welcome back, everyone, to the Outer Worlds. I cannot travel when there are nearby hostiles. Who's hostile? Oh, there they are. That explains that. Bonk.
No hard feelings, okay?
It's okay, Pavardi. It's a robot, and I don't think it's capable of hard feelings. Or maybe it's only capable of hard feelings. Hard to tell. Thomas. Got the last book.
Any luck find? No kidding. The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the veil like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence.
You really have it in for Reed.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Got it. What happens now?
Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go.
That's a lot of mouths to feed.
Not as many as you'd think. We're not about to let the whole town join our flock. Just the ones willing to renounce their corporate loyalties and live the way nature intended. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life.
Between you and your camp, yours is better.
You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
Sorry, I've got business to take care of. But, yeah. So, there's no perfect outcome. There's no situation where you talk to both of them and you're like, oh, hey, maybe you guys can work together. Nope. They're too opposed.
Now. Could be a mechanical trying to sabotage us.
Funny you should mention that. Found the logic module.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Good luck, Ludwig. I'm so glad I took that cheetah perk. We're going to be doing a lot of running.
Adelaide was right to leave.
Desertion is a criminal offense, punishable by hard labor.
How are you gonna enforce that? Constable? Mr. Thompson.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
To teach you a lesson.
Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me.
You're all slaves to Spacer's choice. I'm liberating you. Adelaide had the right idea. Just in the same way you intended to force her in seeing your position, I'm forcing you to see hers.
Adelaide? Adelaide wants nothing more than to see this town suffer. To see me suffer. All you've done is satisfied her hatred. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
Call off the guards. I don't want them bleeding all over my power regulator.
All right, easy now. Let's not do anything we'll regret. I'll order my guards to stand down. Take what you came for and then leave us be.
No problem, Reed. You thought 4 guards were gonna stop me, Reed? That was your master plan? That's a pretty sick weapon. I don't think there's anything else. Nope. That's that.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post.
I mean, those deserters left Edgewater behind. Nothing should keep you from doing the same.
I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no, but can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
I'd be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin. It's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
I think the vicar should be on board. There he
Well,
is.
I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Perfect.
Easy.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise.
Interesting.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Damn it. Evidently, I cannot jump onto a ladder. That all looks like it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Good. Yes. But marvelous.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters.
Hell yeah.
I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's get out of here. There's nothing left for me here. Hell yeah. Against all odds, the Unreliable takes flight.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Oh, yeah. Good, I've been waiting to hear from him.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Feeling also a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Slick. Could I land somewhere outside Stellar Bay?
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia. And in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Kelly.
Understood. I'll go have a word with Gladys then.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
I'll put it to good use. Could you explain what it is?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
Got it. So, it just creates a disguise. Limitations?
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely.
Got it.
Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
I'll put it to good use then. Couldn't I just steal a uniform? Yeah, but having this means I don't have to steal a uniform.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Understood. Let's go to the captain's quarters. Goofy. So like the spores of the puffball cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. I get the feeling this place is going to turn into a whole lot of trophies. Handgun critical hits ignore all armor. Ooh, yeah. Another perk, eh? I don't need more ammo and vendables. But I will take... I'm going to take Pack Mule. Tired of going back home so often. Oh, cool. I can put all these weapon mods in here. Beautiful. Love to see it. And I can throw in some of this other stuff. And this plasma rifle. And this bolter pistol. I think I'll break down everything else for parts. Tremor cleaver. Oh, shit. Where did my assault rifle go? Well, I appear to have misplaced my assault rifle. Plasma rifle it is. Either sold it or just broke it down for parts. You know how things... You know how I am. Right, yes. I want to break this down for parts, and I'll sell the axe. Groovy. Messages for Alex Hawthorne. Let's see Hawthorne sent messages. To you, Bedford. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted, had a few too many, and might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. I'm not telling you where Wells is, so lay off. Buy me a drink at the Lost Hope next time I'm in, and I might forgive you. Interesting. Archived messages. Wingman, Bedford. Alex, Wingman's Wingman, Alex Hawthorne. Thank you. Dearest Alex, I couldn't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor and your tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comm networks for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down in the wilderness, you rugged individualist. I only pray that the idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard a guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing would have known it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere messages of someone's friends. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear. Dreadfully unreliable. Just like your ship. Hope you've given some thought on this thing we discussed. You know about the Wells fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it'd be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Hello, Udom here, Udom Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship. My silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. Hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. Oh, I forgot to mention my previous message. Silly me. I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't go showing it around to your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Huh. Shrink ray. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Shrink lab. Hammer power. But it subtly eavesdropped on two Mardets yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who claimed he made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Yelling something about hammer's power or something. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat. Sure fits the bill. Could be one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Black market leads. Why won't Wells just give the shrink ray to me? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Science weapons. Okay, so science weapons are weird space weapons that do cool stuff. But let's head off to the Groundbreaker. Ooh, wait a minute. Yes, Groundbreaker.